the thought process. My tinfoil hat here is saying people are thinking that Inferno is getting a move out of the map pool because they're packing away the boxes on Inferno, putting them on a plane, and something else going to come in. You know, bring back Train or Cash. FN Pone said he's officially working on Cash now as a team. So who knows? Let's get into towards the game anyway. Enough of my tinfoil hat conspiracies.
Get it clipped and we'll come back to it now. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. We're going to head towards Ancient here to kickstart things. AMKAL on that CT side, Insilio on the T side. This is a bit of an interesting one in terms of just officials. Insilio played this map once. AMKAL have not played it at all in an official. Insilio ended up winning 16-14 when they played it against Eyeballers, but this is, yeah, very little HTV experience on both of these two sides.
Yeah, very true, to be fair. So we'll see. You know, it's going to be difficult to know what you're coming up against here, but they should be quietly familiar with each other. Either way, out on towards this A bomb site. 1-for-1 so far. Bomb going down. Pretty simple. A execute. Oh, coming through from Insilio. Nice find from Sugar, though. Gives them the man advantage. And Fadet hidden away in towards Cube. Looking good here. 4 versus 2. Really going to be tough to get back in. Krad trying to make work in at CT. So both players now known is the big thing, right? No kit available. Generally is the case on Ancient. So I think that Insilio happy to take a few cheeky little fights with the man advantage. And they will indeed get it done. Simple does it. Nothing too flashy, but a really nice opening pistol.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, you know, they realize that in these sort of kind of early rounds, there's no point trying to be too audacious with it. Just set the tempo nice and early. Get a little kind of early fight coming through. Just make sure you're warmed up, right? Test the aim. And it works well. I sort of pop towards A. Simple, effective. Bomb goes down. Post-plant set up. Only one team walking away with the round. Easy as. So, this round as well, bit of a, not a throwaway to say, but for AMKAL, the expectations are low. Just Forrester. 5-7. He's alone here as well, so it's not going to make his life too easy towards A. But he's getting the full rotate. The pack of AMKAL are moving over.
Oh. FPS going to get tagged down a little low here. Just got to be careful. Obviously, walking into the stack. Nice nade over the top. Softens a lot of them up. This could get dangerous. Oh, another dink landing. Another frag as well. They will manage to pull away, though. Thankfully, they did not commit too hard. Didn't get that bomb past the point of no return. So they will be making a hit on B. Easily going to be able to get the plant, but no utility remaining here now.
Yes.
That's definitely interesting. So we'll see. We'll see. These Galil fights could go their way. You never know. The Mac 10 taking an early charge. There goes the first, though. Oh, a little bit of a trade move here. Yep, lovely stuff. Icy in for the frag. It's just FPS remaining, and he loses his head to Forrester's Ferrari Peak. That is ridiculous, and a huge eco win for AMKAL.
Yeah, that is kind of nuts. That was a 1-5-7 by a few SPSs, and they had, you know, minimal utility to that CT side. We saw one nade get dumped in towards Donut, and we saw, I think, one flash as well, which actually was completely ineffective. So, you know, that round there was rough. And I think on the other side, too, for Insilio, there was maybe a little bit of an overcommitment towards the A site. And on the other side, there was also, even when they'd rotate over, something you brought up, right? There was no util. And I think for Insilio, if you're going to go in towards these second rounds where you know you're coming against sort of lesser buys, the play surely has to be in this situation, have a couple more Mac 10s with fuller belts of util. It would have made that post-plant so much easier. It would have made that entire situation easier. But instead, Insilio had to fight. They had to try and bring the numbers in their favor, and they couldn't. It's well done. Really well done by AMKAL. They just saw the gap. They took it. I also want to say that trade move where the USPS jumps across and long and takes the contact and the attention. The Galil swings into trade. It's beautiful work. It's simple. It's effective. A very fundamental Counter-Strike, and AMKAL have made it work wonders here. We do have another tech pause. It's fortunate signs when you see back-to-back tech pauses. You know, we saw one off the back of the first round. Now we see it again here. So hopefully it can be sorted in a second. We have been given the word that it should be started momentarily. So never fear. We should be back underway in just a moment.
Fingers crossed. Looking good, though, as it does seem. Yep, everyone's starting to buy up and the timer goes down. So back into things here. See what AMKAL have got on the cards for us with this follow-up round. I think it is going to get a bit interesting with a round like that they've just managed to win. Insilio certainly in position to keep this madness going, right? Decent amount of utility bought up here, so I would imagine they have a plan for this round, not just going straight in for, you know, Mach 10s or trying to force the Galils out. They have indeed sacrificed the weaponry to create space with the utility. In towards A. Not wasting any time, though. They're certainly interesting. Getting the util over the top. Decent nade onto Forrester. Flash goes in from the CT side. Looking very good indeed. Superior weaponry. Proving why it is so strong. And that should be the round, to be honest.
You're probably right. But the remaining two of Insilio, unfortunately, not a lot to work with. I mean, granted, when you're Insilio in this situation, you kind of have to force buy. You've just been, not even force bought upon, but you've lost your force buy. You kind of have to double down because of the, well, double eco territory that you're in. You get one. Might give him a little bit of space. No recoverable weapon just yet as well for Fader. It's going to make his life a little bit awkward. And with 45 seconds left remaining, they are just going to slow things down. Was tempted by a swing there, NickelBack, but he opts against it. And Icy should get a freebie here. I think if I'm right in saying we're playing on the new patch. So it makes these swings favorable to the guy holding the angle, but Icy can't double it down. Bomb spot and so much damage done. Pip actually might just keep hold of the AK. Or maybe not. Never mind. Just going to be better than Nate. All right, never mind. Scratch that. It's going to walk into the HE. Fair play to Strav. But yeah, go back to that. I think we're playing on the new patch. At the moment, I know IEM Kato, they voted that the playoffs are going to be played on the new patch. So my assumption would be that we are here, which is good. I played a lot of it last night. First time I got to try out the patch, and I got to say, it is a market improvement in my opinion. No, I don't get wide swung and die randomly. If I'm holding an angle, I win the fight because that's how it should be. It's good. They've really done a massive thing to deny Pika's advantage. The only people who could nerf Donk was Valve himself.
Quiet round here. A few P250s in the hands of Insilio, but not expecting too much. Favoring the A bomb site at the moment. Yes, it is a very different round from what we've seen, but they've been here, at least in the early stages, all 3 rounds thus far. And it looks set to be a 4th if they are moving forwards here. Going to take some time, I suppose. I think they're waiting to see if any more utility comes their way, and now they'll start grabbing out. Forrester does have to be careful on this swing. Going to get overwhelmed. NickelBack to pick up the pieces, however, and the A1S at range. No match at this point for the T side. Krad. Okay, does get caught. Not checking his angles super cleanly there. And he will be punished. Maybe an opportunity for a bit more cash in the hands of Sugar.
Maybe. Something to work with here. Oh, I guess a dink as well. Icy will see it off, but just get a little scare. Goes without saying. Smart thing there, just playing the range as well. Didn't really need to get up in their face. Nice and easy. 3-1. And of course, we find ourselves in a position where for Insilio, these T-side rounds gotta be converted earlier rather than later. They can allow or if they do allow AMKAL to snowball on the CT side, it can get quite problematic. This is the pick of Insilio going into what is AMKAL's best map next. That's the real worrying part. It kind of feels like a must-win in a weird way for Insilio.
I think so, to be honest. It's a very, very risky round here. I don't know. Again, on the A hit, though, the AWP is very ready for this. Spots a leg jumping across there. Nade comes down. A little bit of a boost. I don't think he will have spotted that. Not firing, so not giving his position away. They might think it's a bit safer than it first appears. Ooh, okay. I'm going to pull away after expending a lot of utility. They've got the player up on the boost for the lurk, but Must have been heard, I think, by NickelBack is the big thing there. Icy finds the first frag. AMKAL looking good.
Yeah, it goes quiet off the back of it too. Really not a lot to offer. The Krieg working there. It's the AK to find the kill. Space towards mid. Oh, missed shot. Hang on a second. This is definitely open for both sides to work or something there. You got Insilio with map control. And AMKAL right now with the HP, and that makes these M4s more scary.
Oh, Travis, dangerous peek. Baiting them into Krad, though, right? They go wide looking for Travis, and Krad finds himself a triple kill. Oh, that's a bit all over the place from Insilio, isn't it? They definitely tunneled in for that slant player and got punished, you know, straight into the trap.
It's quite nice. I think AMKAL actually playing some pretty solid CT sides there. You know, in the early part of the round, they're getting decent map control where they actually kind of just fight Insilio for it. They make Insilio feel uncomfortable. And then, you know, you look on the other side where it's the second they lose a bit of control, they just fall back to sides. They play a kind of a very basic style of play here. But Insilio, you know, fundamentally just losing the fights. You know, the 50-50s are not looking good for them. They're not going in their favor. Double nades to come through, and this is what we're talking about. Early mid control coming through, the great CT utility, denying Insilio any sort of control. But then the second they don't need to hold it, they just fall away. Out on towards the site, however, Orb doesn't want to be taking too many of these fights as well. Nade will come over, gets overwhelmed, and it's falling apart here. Forrester looking to bail him out. The bomb is dropped too.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, goodness. He goes a bit wide, though. A little aggressive. NickelBack trying to be the hero does not work out for him. Insilio with the pace change, and ultimately the sight change will make that work. Winning out a pretty important round. You know, you talked about the previous being important. That one's kind of just made up for it. There will still be a buy available for AMKAL here, so looking to find a response, but Insilio at least making themselves a little bit known. Now, the difficulty is they have to replicate the success in the rifle rounds, you know? Very different energy in those sort of half-by pistol rounds.
Timeout needed. But weirdly enough, I think for AMKAL, there's nothing too much to worry about there. That was just them caught napping a little bit. I think maybe a little bit kind of presumptuous in terms of the panic here. I don't think there's too much to panic about. Yes, losing that round is actually not good, obviously, in the sense that they were against pistols. They did just kind of get caught napping. It was a bit of fortune in the favor of Insilio and, you know, caught asleep a little bit for AMKAL, but nothing to worry about too much just yet. I think for Insilio, the main factor that we still have to look back over it kind of in the overarching point is they still haven't won a gun round, right? And this is where you have to keep an eye on. You know, it's all well and good if they win these kind of quick eco bursts or whatever, but if they can't put up gun rounds, it's not going to be too pressure. To worry about for the moment. For Insilio, that was a bit of a lifeline. Once again, Fader going back into the Krieg. Interesting, the Krieg's getting a bit of use here. Flash over as well. The orb posted. One spotted. Travis only goes 1 for 1. The trade is there and good. And nobody there to trade out Krad. That's beautiful work.
Yeah, really solid. NickelBack. Oh, a bit of a dangerous angle here. He's got to be careful with how he plays this one. The AWP brings off a shot, and now he's a little trapped in. Flash goes round. Makes a step, so they will know that he's in towards that cubby area, but he's looking for some support here. He's going to get it. Icy with the easy frag. Just 2 remaining then for Insilio. Down goes another. Krad clinical with that frag, honestly. Polt now 7 HP. I think a bit of spam through smoke, maybe? All the same. Not looking good for him. Trying and succeeding in the headshot angle. Surely not long for the world. Yeah, Icy will take him down. There were bullets on the way. The nade was going to get him. Yeah, 3 ways to die there. Either way, AMKAL right back in with a 5th.
It's got to be said as well. For AMKAL in that position, everything looked considerably better. You can see just how kind of hyper-focused they were on denying Insilio any space to work for. I really like as well how Krad played through sight there. Nicely done. The lack of trades were pretty worrying. I think Insilio's spacing let them down quite considerably. And then coming in towards this round, you got An AWP and an AK is all Insilio got to work with, and aside from that, it's not great. Basically, it's a weird situation, but I think they're on towards Krad's nothing to turn your nose away at. Maybe AMKAL can pull off another one of these, or Insilio, may I say, can pull off another one of these rounds.
We'll see. Travis in deep here. Looking for the first frag. And if he sticks around, he might just get it. That smoke is not going to last much longer. And indeed, a nice, easy kill for Travis. So, AMKAL happy with that. Jump spot in towards mid for Krad. Oh, and the peak? Are you kidding? This guy's crazy. Huge frag, though. They recover the AWP, but, you know, they are losing numbers left, right, and center. That one was in a main. Just Pult and Fade out remaining. And they might just hold what they have, to be honest.
Nothing yet. Fade out. Honestly, I think there's a very strong conversation just to save. I mean, genuinely, what is the point? A 2v5, and you've got an AWP that you can't really invest into next round, and an AK that is so valuable. I don't really see the point at all in giving this a go here. I mean, it looks like they are just going to call for a full save, which is nice, and they probably are going to be given the luxury of that. But I say that, it's a hunt hit. Flash is good. Now they're panicking. Now they're starting to work it. Down goes one, and the AWPs are staying alive. Brilliant hunt. Flawless round by AMKAL. And this is why this side are so kind of feared and kind of revered in a way in kind of the tier 2 scene right now. They play some really nice Counter-Strike, and that is textbook. From start to finish, that round went to plan, and the hunt was even still absolutely beautiful. Insilio have to go into a timeout here, and there's no questions about why. They desperately need a conversation.
Yep, it is starting to get away from them. And this, of course, is their map pick as well, as you can see up in the top there, just to keep yourself reminded. Vertigo coming up next, which is the pick of AMKAL, and at the moment is a bit flawless for them. Small sample size, but it's enough, I think, to make you worry if you are indeed Insilio. Have to get something on the board here. Obviously, AMKAL have hit the 6 rounds now. That puts them at the even half. A lot more to go here. Could potentially get further than that. So it can be problematic. Insilio certainly worried. But we'll see. Back in with a pretty decent buy. There is FPS on the Deagle. So it's just a few things here, I think, that are standing out, right? Like, individually, maybe not quite able to match up 1-for-1, but decent enough. It is the team play aspect that we often talk about, the difference between a solid tier 2 team and sort of one on the extremities, as it were. Okay, we're in. We're back.
All right.
All good. Eric, stay calm. You didn't see anything.
Yeah,
I see we'll find the first frag. And indeed, AMKAL are looking good once again as they continue finding these openers now.
Oh, well. Krads. He heard the tag. That's for damn sure. That would have been relayed. What is happening in this round? Insilio look so lost. Nothing to go off. At the moment, it is... it's pretty unfortunate. I think Insilio are really in a bit of a rot here. And the fact that this is their map pick is incredibly concerning.
Oh. Nice one from FPS. Maybe leaves Forrester a little bit vulnerable, but as you can see, Krad is in behind with really solid timing. Drops the bomb. Going to get the second as well. Master of the Krieg. As it is just Sugar who is this late flank. Trying to work his way in, but now he's got to win the round. 15 seconds. They seem unaware, but with now only 10 seconds, I don't think you can afford to be walking here, big man. Round is not going to work for him. I think he conceded that a few seconds ago, so saving the AK is the best hope. That he should be able to do. But AMKAL just continue winning, and pretty dominantly as well. All their players are positive right now. Krad and Forrester and Icy looking really good numbers-wise, so I think this is going to be a hard team to stop this afternoon.
They're in a lot of trouble in Insilio. It goes without saying. I mean, again, you look back in towards this next round number 10, and they've got an AK to work with and basically nothing alongside it. Man, this is not a good position to be in. And we find ourselves in a very interesting conversation about Insilio. You know, if things go very quickly south here, what's next map going to look like? This is where AMKAL have a 100% win rate in towards Vertigo. It spells bad times. Both invited teams coming in towards today's action, and AMKAL are the ones who are making the most of it, and IC especially. This is why this guy is getting all the praise right now. Serious talent. What a reaction.
Really nice. Really nice, and again, sets them in pretty good stead here. Oh, there you go. There's a fine for FPS. So we're not quite out of the woods just yet. He goes in blazingly and finds the business end of Travis's AK. Just Pult remaining then. Nice find, but traded out. It's just looking all too easy from AMKAL, to be honest with you. Like, these rounds are no contest right now.
8-2. This is rapidly running away. But, I don't know. I don't really doesn't feel like there's anything to say about Insilio. While the team play's actually been okay from them, fundamentally, they're just not hitting their shots. It's just, they're just losing every aim duel. You see an IC given open fights. Like, it's an AWP not being flashed off an angle. And credit to AMKAL, just not putting a foot wrong right now. Small little bits and bobs which have been so costly, and running through a smoke is definitely not one way to go about it. Forrester, what a hold there, coming through boxes. But I mean, yeah, there we go. Sugar flying out through main, no flash. What do you expect? Icy's gonna get that kill all the day. Running through a smoke in mid? Of course AMKAL is just gonna clean it up. And Travis makes it a pretty easy round, all things considered. But I mean, that's the difference here. AMKAL, the teamwork and the synergy is great. Everything's working. They're flashing for each other. They're supporting each other. Spacing is perfect. Insilio running through smokes, you know, running out of A main, no flashes, and running as well. So Icy can hear the steps the whole way. I mean, of course the fights are going in the favor of AMKAL. There isn't really a competition.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty difficult here. They're just trying to match up individually, and as said, I don't think that that's the way to do it, but they also don't have good enough like team coordination, working through the trades, setting themselves and putting themselves into a good enough position. FPS left on 1 HP. Maybe this is the round where, oh, we make a difference. Icy with the flick. However, he's got different ideas. This guy is on it right now. 13-3. Not died for a long, long time. Krad will push forwards. This could be a big kill. Sugar is ready for the fight and going to win it as well. Also on 1 HP. So somebody somewhere is preying on the downfall of AMKAL right now. 2 fights that end in a 1 HP Insilio player. Man advantage looking good.
Also, because he is 1 HP, it does make this quite doable. Forrester has the opportunity to clean up. And considering, you know, Sugar's on a Mach 10, there's no way at range he's going to have any sort of chance here. One thing I don't like is how AMKAL are now starting to split up. In this situation, when you've got a numbers advantage, you've got to stick together. But they're peeking it all up again. Oh, Icy just getting free raid. Swinging out to sight. Oh my god, what is that for Icy? What a flick, and he makes it 3. That is monstrous. What a way to end the half. 10-2. We need to calm down. We'll see you after the break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back in. We're straight into the action here. Pistol getting kicked off. And a fight in at middle. Going the way of AMKAL. They lose just the one player and take down 3. Very, very clean indeed. 4-on-2 now ensuing.
Damn. That was a very quick start. Welcome back, everybody. 10-2 at the turn of the half. IC finished the half with a bonkers 3K on towards the side. That second flick was insane, and well, they're making sure things start exactly the same way. IC finished 16-4. Well, actually, technically 16-3 he finished at the end of the half. Living up to the hype, living up to the expectations. This is why this guy is a god. Like I said, you know, shameless plug, but the NickelBack YouTube channel will be talking about IC in more detail because this guy, man, I've done my research, dude. He's a monster in the server. I'm kind of really found an absolute gem with him. So, we find ourselves at a very interesting crossroads where I'm kind of 2 rounds away. Insilio have opted for a force buy. So lose this, and they've essentially lost the map in rapid fashion.
Yep, not going to be nice from here. Ooh, okay, for a Pult. There's a bit of a flick there, and we'll take down Krad early on. However, a lot of information, right? And that's what they were playing off of. So B-bomb site going to be secure here, and they've secured it quite deep as well. Plant will come in, and this is where it gets difficult for Insilio. They're looking for a way back around. Forrest, they're going to find one out towards CT. Flash over the top is ineffective. Still, 3 versus 3, totally doable here. The bomb really ticking down. They've got to pick up the pace on the Insilio side if they want to go for it, and they don't fancy it now. Replenishment of the smoke there, I believe, will keep them at bay. And that's going to be that. Oh, a little bit of a catch at the end, but they're not going to be winning the round.
Tapping away. Ah, not to be. NickelBack will fall. Honestly, doesn't make a difference, really. AMKAL still going to put up a 10-round buffer. Still up to, you know, map point on the opponent's map pick at a 12-2 score line. But at least both sides are going to have a you know, relatively similar, I guess you could call it, buys heading in towards the next. You got probably only 1 AK, actually. Oh, no, maybe NickelBack can go into an AK, unless he wants to drop one. Swap it over. Nope. Never mind, the RGL's going to wield it. Double auto shotgun, though, for Insilio. Kind of based. Quite respect it. You know, when times are tough, fall back on, you know, the GOAT gun, really, to drag you out.
Yeah, I mean, that is it. That is it. That's the money play. So we'll see what they're able to get done with it. Oh, there it is! Fadette with the double kill. And setting up another as well as Krad is left incredibly low. They crunch together. Really nicely done here by Insilio. And they will net the round. 12-3. They'll take anything at this point.
Man. This is, for Insilio, you know, a breath of fresh air. You got to say, you know, it's you take the small wins here. For Insilio, we need a long old run of these sort of rounds before we even get remotely comfortable about what we've seen. However, now find ourselves at a position where for AMKAL, they've opted to go for a force buy. I think it's the right decision. They're in double eco, so they kind of have to anyway. Bringing quad deags to this round here. Insilio can put a 4th on the board. That would be good. So they start chipping away at the deficit. There's something to talk about for the CT side. Not a bad start as well. IT gets caught. Also, shotgun, not bad. The Tech 9, better. Made that. Oh, nearly 2. Hey, that's a lucky man to still be alive. Forrester. Him, not so much. Yeah, they're all getting picked apart here. The pistols getting small consolations, but nothing really too amazing.
That does have the bomb. Could get a little weird. If he gets a bomb plant, I think they'll be very satisfied with that. And up against an auto shotgun on the A-bomb site, I think it could be a lot easier than you think. He's got a smoke available as well. So we'll see. Plenty of time to clear the angles.
It's not impossible here.
Yeah, I think it's very, very doable, actually.
Good place to plant. He should get down and get around the corner. He does. So he hears the steps. That's the main thing. Smoke going to come out front sight too. It's the flank he needs to be worried about as they come through. Donut! Oh my god, he just gets behind that smoke. Krad is playing this quite well.
Thus far, we'll see how it goes from here on in. There's the big headshot. The other two are low. Oh my goodness, into the 1 versus 1. And he's going to get it done for the win. That's unbelievable from Krad. Oh my lord. That is just insane. That is crazy. I mean, that first kill, that's the hard one. And then we're going from there. You can see it, can't you? And Krad just brings it to reality. Absolutely wonderful 1v3.